The X-Mansion Act 2 battle footage leaked online. June 14, 2026. Doomsday gets hit with its first major leak. Pixelated footage with no sound appears on X via Wanted Leak and other accounts. The clip shows what fans had been waiting decades to see. The Avengers, the X-Men, the Fantastic Four, and the Thunderbolts all standing on the same battlefield together, facing off against Dr. Doom and an army of Sentinels, confirmed as Act 2 of the film. Then 4 days later, on June 18th, a higher quality version drops via Blue Minutes with the description that the scene takes place at the X-Mansion. An X-user named Vrix immediately matched the footage to leaked set photos from production work the previous year. Same backyard, same architecture, same trees. The set photos confirm the leak is real. The full team assembled is staggering. Chris Evans' Steve Rogers with long hair and a beard. Chris Hemsworth's Thor. Anthony Mackie's Sam Wilson Captain America. James Marsden's Cyclops reaches for his visor as Kelsey Grammer's Beast stands next to him. Florence Pugh's Yelena spots the Sentinels rising. Rebecca Romijn's Mystique teleports in with Alan Cummings' Nightcrawler, Pedro Pascal's Reed Richards, Channing Tatum's Gambit, Simu Liu's Shang-Chi. The entire cast that Marvel spent months hyping during the announcement livestream is now visible in one shot. Fans compared the visual to the Endgame portal scene, the aura farming before a fight to the death. Marvel never confirmed the leak, but Disney started filing copyright takedowns against accounts sharing it. Same playbook as the Brand New Day trailer. The footage is real. First look at Dr. Doom's suit and his Sentinel control. The leaked footage opens with Doom himself. Robert Downey Jr.'s first full appearance as Dr. Doom in motion. He crashes down from the sky and slams into the X-Mansion grounds. The impact unleashes powerful green magic that radiates outward across the entire battlefield. The full Doom suit is finally revealed. Dark armor combined with the classic green hood and cape. The mask is exactly what fans have been hoping for. Comic accurate. Imposing. The Hasbro toy figures had already shown that Doom would have red power blasts in some sequences, but the leaked footage shows him using green magic instead. Different powers for different moments. Doom is showing his full arsenal across the film. Then comes the moment fans have been theorizing about for months. The green magic Doom unleashes spreads through the Sentinels. Glowing runes appear across the bodies of the giant mutant hunting machines. Their eyes light up green as they activate. The footage confirms what insider Blue Minutes had reported on June 18th. Doom is using magic to take command of the X-Universe Sentinels. He is corrupting the X-Men's biggest enemies and turning them against the team that already had to deal with them. The Sentinels are not Doom's creation. They came from the X-Men's home reality. But Doom has rewritten the runes that control them, so they now serve him. Classic comics Doom. He has always been the character who combines sorcery and science in ways no other Marvel villain could. The leaked footage proves the MCU is finally letting him be that. Shang-Chi and Nightcrawler team up in the battle. The single moment from the leaked X-Mansion sequence that broke the internet. Nightcrawler teleports into the scene with Mystique in a puff of brimstone. Pure comic-accurate Nightcrawler entrance. Alan Cumming back in the role for the first time in 23 years. Then he turns and immediately stands next to Shang-Chi, Simu Liu's character in his own combat stance. Two heroes from two completely different Marvel franchises sharing the same frame. A Fox X-Men character and an MCU character fighting side by side, the kind of crossover image that should not exist. It does now. The pairing makes narrative sense once you think about it. Nightcrawler is a teleporter and an acrobat. Shang-Chi is a master martial artist. Together, they would be a melee combat dream team. Nightcrawler can drop Shang-Chi into the middle of a sentinel formation from above. Shang-Chi can take out targets, while Nightcrawler extracts him to the next fight. The two characters had never crossed paths before because they existed in different studios and different franchises. Cumming was paid by Fox in the early 2000s. Liu was hired by Marvel Studios. They were not supposed to share a movie. Disney's acquisition of Fox is what makes this moment possible. The leaked footage is the literal payoff for years of corporate maneuvering. Clash of the multiverse icons. I still can't completely wrap my head around the fact that this footage actually exists, but the latest leaked set clips have officially confirmed a fight card I didn't think we'd ever see in a live-action movie. We are talking about a brutal, no-holds-barred showdown between Hugh Jackman's Wolverine and Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man. It feels exactly like that childhood debate you'd have over a slice of pizza about who would win in a fight, except now Marvel is putting it on the big screen with all the raw, gritty budget they can muster. This isn't a friendly sparring match or a misunderstanding where they shake hands after 2 minutes. This is a desperate feral brawl. Think of it like two kings from rival neighborhoods suddenly being thrown into the same gladiator arena with a misunderstanding so deep they are genuinely trying to take each other off the board. You've got Logan's raw, unstoppable animal aggression slamming directly into the frantic, hyper-agile web-slinging of the original cinematic Spider-Man, creating a chaotic clash of styles where neither hero can afford to hold back. The reality of this scene means the multiverse isn't just a cool playground anymore, it's an active demolition derby. Seeing these two absolute pillars of the Marvel Universe tearing into each other proves that the barriers protecting these characters have completely dissolved, leaving them vulnerable to a level of violence that completely shatters our nostalgia. It sets a massive, terrifying precedent for the film, showing us that before our heroes can even think about stopping Doctor Doom, they are going to tear each other to pieces first. The Hasbro toy line leak reveals character designs. It is always the toys that end up blowing the biggest corporate secrets wide open, and this massive new batch of action figure leaks just laid out the blueprint for the entire movie. And they show a massive lineup of figures that completely pull back the curtain on Marvel's master plan. It's wild because while the studio spends hundreds of millions of dollars trying to lock down script leaks and keep actors tight-lipped on set, a factory shipping out plastic toys completely ruins the surprise months before the first teaser even drops. Seeing these figures packaged and ready for shelves is like finding a giant piece of the puzzle accidentally left on the table. We're not just talking about minor costume updates here. These figures show us a heavily armored, classic green-hooded Doctor Doom alongside a completely redesigned comic-accurate helmet for Thor, and a heavily white-accented new suit for Sam Wilson's Captain America. It's like a textbook case of a retail company getting its shipping schedule mixed up, accidentally delivering the final chapter of a book right to your front door before the bookstore even officially opens. The visual reality of these leaks means the physical world of Doomsday is going to be incredibly grounded and battle-worn. When you look at the raw armor plating on Doom's figure, it tells us his character isn't just relying on magic or variance. He is physically armored up to trade heavy blows with the heavy hitters of the MCU. These toys confirm that the upcoming war isn't just a localized skirmish, but a massive, multi-faction conflict that is going to fundamentally change the look, the gear, and the survival tactics of every single hero left standing. The tragic symbiote setup. I am still trying to process how devastating this is going to feel in the theater, but the word coming out from early screenings of Spider-Man, Brand New Day points to an ending that is going to leave everyone completely hollowed out. The rumor mill is spinning at 100 miles an hour right now, and the consensus is that Peter Parker actually meets his definitive end at the final buzzer of his own solo movie. But the real kicker happens just a few minutes later, because the Doomsday post-credit scene reportedly features a pitch-black alien goo slithering onto his cold corpse and forcibly dragging him back to life. It is the ultimate be careful what you wish for scenario, like a friend pulling you out of a sinking car but putting a pair of handcuffs on you the second you hit dry land. Spidey isn't getting a heroic, magical resurrection with bright lights and a chorus of angels. He is getting brought back by a parasitic cosmic organism that uses his dead cells as a meat suit. By the way, if you want to track these MCU leaks and skip the clickbait BS, hit that subscribe button real quick so you don't miss the next video. This dark twist flips the entire dynamic of the character on its head, turning our friendly neighborhood hero into a walking, breathing time bomb fueled by a dark alien entity. The thematic stakes of this twist are absolutely massive because it robs Peter of a peaceful exit and drops him right into Doctor Doom's crosshairs as a completely different animal. When Doomsday kicks off, the Avengers won't be teaming up with the sweet kid from Queens they used to know. They are going to be dealing with a resurrected, hyper-aggressive variant who is barely steering his own ship. It completely shatters the emotional safety net of the MCU, showing us that death isn't even a permanent escape when the multiverse is actively tearing itself apart at the seams. The Red Line Incursion. This viral Reddit plot leak is being called 99% accurate by some of the most reliable insiders in the game, and if it holds up, we are about to watch the darkest cosmic crime ever committed in a Marvel movie. The core of the leak details a horrific scenario where Deadpool and Wolverine realize their own reality is on the verge of being erased by a multiversal collapse, and they make the impossible, ruthless decision to detonate a cosmic bomb that completely vaporizes Tobey Maguire's entire universe just to buy their own world a little more time. It is like two people trapped in a burning room looking through a glass window at a crowded apartment next door and choosing to blow up that entire apartment building just to suck the oxygen into their own room. There is no moral high ground here, no heroic sacrifice where everyone walks away smiling. It is pure, desperate survival of the fittest on a universal scale. It strips away the funny, fourth wall breaking shield that Deadpool usually hides behind and forces him and Logan to act as absolute grim reapers, destroying a beloved, nostalgic reality just to keep their own timeline breathing. The visual and emotional consequences of this event are going to completely fracture the MCU because it proves that our heroes are fully capable of becoming villains when their backs are against the wall. Watching Tobey Maguire's world a universe fans have loved for over 20 years get completely snuffed out by the hands of other heroes changes the entire temperature of the franchise. It completely shatters the idea that the good guys will always find a third option, leaving the remaining universes in a state of absolute terror, knowing that anyone could be next on the chopping block. The Secret Family Timeline. Just when you thought Captain America finally got his perfect fairy tale ending at the conclusion of Endgame, these new Doomsday leaks come along and absolutely tear the heart out of it. The latest reports from the set point to a deeply emotional storyline tracking Chris Evans, Steve Rogers living a quiet, isolated life in the past with Peggy Carter. But the massive twist that has everyone losing their minds is the confirmation that they didn't just grow old together. They actually had a son, a young boy named James, named after Steve's lifelong best friend, Bucky Barnes. It is like finding out a friend who moved away to start a quiet, peaceful farm in the countryside is secretly sitting right on top of an active fault line. Steve thought he was escaping the endless cycle of violence to build a regular family, but in the reality of multiversal physics, his very presence in that timeline is an unauthorized anomaly. Think of it like pirating a software program. It works fine for a while in your own little corner, but eventually, the main server runs a security check, catches the error, and threatens to shut down the entire system. The stakes here are incredibly personal and cruel because Dr. Doom reportedly targets this specific timeline, using the threat of an imminent universal collapse to force Steve out of retirement. We are going to see a battle-weary Cap forced to leave his wife and child behind, stepping back into a shield he thought he gave up forever just to keep his secret family from being wiped out of existence. It shatters the one true happy ending the MCU ever gave us, proving that no matter how far you run or how deep you hide in the timeline, the past always finds a way to collect its debts.